stuff, and you build your computer.
Yeah.
It's not embarrassing.
Well, not the computer one. The computer one is embarrassing.
I'm sorry, I love you.
You suck, dude.
I love you too.
We need to cut this shit right now.
Well, even if we cut it now, at least it's a good way of doing it.
It's a good way. It's a, for sure, at my expense, fucking good way to end the podcast. Fuck that.
Okay, next time we'll do it at my expense. If
I'll sacrifice myself for fucking World War 3. Fuck you guys. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Mason and Francie here.
Hey, guys.
And we are back in episode 13.
Really? 13?
Yeah.
Isn't it this
12? I'm not sure, but I think it's 13.
I think it's 12.
No, it's 13.
Okay.
Last one, it was 12.
If you say so. I don't keep count, so I don't try to fake it.
No, but it's episode 13. That's for sure. How are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm very well rested.
Yeah, you slept like a baby last night.
Like a baby. I woke up a few times, but I really needed to sleep.
Yeah.
I barely sleep, so guys, me sleeping more than 5 hours straight is a miracle.
Yeah, it's 12 episodes confirmed.
Fuck you. You win this time.
So yeah, you slept a lot last night because our son stayed with with my mom, so we didn't have the baby.
Yeah, so he didn't wake me up in the middle of the night and at 6 a.m., so I slept all night. Finally. Yeah. I really need it from time to time.
Yeah, you look very lively today. You look like you are well rested, which is a rare sight to see.
Yep.
So do you want to jump into the topic, which is what everybody's talking about?
Well, yeah, it's like this is not going to be the liveliest episode, just to let you guys know beforehand, but it has to be talked about. Yeah,
well, everybody by now should know that we're going to talk about the assassination of Qasem Soleimani, the general from the country Iran, which he was struck down by a drone at the start of the year. I think it was the second, right?
Yes.
Like, what a way to fucking start 2020, right? Just blow the fucking guy up.
The thing is, he's the second most powerful person in it.
Well,
right?
he wasn't only the most powerful person. He was a war hero over there. Like, he got a lot of medals and he was very decorated by the state. Like, that's why everybody loved him over there, because he was a war hero or whatever. But in reality, to our side, which is obviously the American side, he was responsible for a lot of the American troops killed by IEDs when the first Iraq war started.
Okay.
I don't know if a lot of people know that, but doing my research, I found a video of that. I'll link everything that I find in the YouTube video description. So if you guys want to find or see the information that I have or what I looked through, every link will be there. So he was responsible for those IEDs killing American soldiers over there, and he also supported the regime in Syria before even Russia supported that regime over there.
Really?
So yeah, he's a bad dude, or he was.
From our side.
Yeah, from our perspective, he was a bad dude, and apparently they had him. They had a lot of chances to kill him, the U.S.
Yeah, a lot of former presidents did not want to do it. They actually evaded trying to kill him.
Yeah.
Do you know why?
Well, because of this is happening right now. It's probably war.
Okay.
We're probably seeing.
So they were trying to evade killing him.
Yeah, they didn't want to escalate the situation.
Okay.
Because, excuse me, this problem with Iran has been going through probably more than 40 years, for what I read.
It's been a long time.
So it's been a long time in the making, and what the last time what the Obama administration did. They signed up in 2015. They signed the nuclear deal, which kind of wanted the for what I understood, what I read over here in Wikipedia, it was that they wanted to limit the enrichment of uranium from Iran.
Okay.
So they couldn't make that many nuclear bombs because you need, who don't know, you need uranium to make nukes.
Yeah, so they put a limit to the amount they could do.
Yeah, if they didn't go with the limit, they're gonna implement sanctions to the country, like oil sanctions and limit oil shit, economic sanctions.
Yes.
So I think that's the next move, because this is one of the points that I want to make, is that Iran just said that they're not gonna cooperate with the deal anymore.
Yes, and they had much more than the limit.
Yeah, I have a tweet here from Javad Zarif, who is apparently one of the top guys over there. I don't know what he does.
This is the Foreign Minister of Islamic Republic of Iran.
So that guy. So he tweeted as fifth and final remedial step under paragraph 36 of JCPOA, there will no longer be any restrictions on number of centrifuge. Centrifuge means the uranium shits that they need for the bombs.
Okay, when was this tweet?
I think it was today. I found it on CNN. Let me just see.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, today, 11:10 a.m., January 5th, 2020. And the tweet says as follows: the step within the JCPOA and all 5 steps are reversible upon effective implementation of reciprocal obligations. I don't know what the fuck that means. Iran's full cooperation with the IAEA will continue. So, then again, I don't understand. So, what I did was look over here and check the news.
Yes.
Is it this page? No, it's this one. So, this one that I'm referring to is the New York Times. So, it says here, Iran will no longer honor the nuclear deal. So, it's saying that it's going to end the commitment under a 2015 deal and will no longer limit its enrichment in uranium, like the centrifuge that the guy tweeted about. This all came after the announcement came after Iran's National Security Council held an emergency meeting on Sunday to discuss country's nuclear policy in the aftermath of the death of the guy. Yeah, I'm trying to read, but I'm not the best reader.
No, read slower, my love. He's reading very fast.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So this happened, but what struck me like weird, because then again, guys, I'm not an expert on anything. I'm just trying to find out what's happening.
Yeah, it's all happening very fast.
Yeah, look at this piece of news that's in the same paragraph. They say, but the government said Iran would continue to cooperate with the International Atomic Agency and return to the nuclear deal if the sanctions against it were removed and Iran interests were guaranteed. So what I understand is they want the sanctions removed like before the deal.
The thing is, they had the deal for the cap they had on how much uranium they could have. The thing is, Trump started putting sanctions on them, and so that's when they started fighting back, and now it's back and forth.
Yeah, so I think now this is gonna be the ping pong for now. Maybe trying to implement more sanctions, Trump, or trying to, I don't know. I don't see them backing down after we killed that guy.
Yeah, hopefully it stays with fighting the way they are, like trying to fight the sanctions and see if there's no more or there are more, but it doesn't escalate to actual war.
Yeah, and what's another piece of news that I found that I want to share with you guys, it was that they voted. I mean, you guys are going to see this if you
voted?
Look. Let me one sec. The Iraq Parliament voted, like, to get the U.S. troops out of their, like, space. Not Iran, Iraq.
Okay, Iraq voted for the U.S. troops to leave the country?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know how that's going to affect anything, but I know that Iran is, like, they're supportive of getting out, the American troops for Iraq, because they don't want, like, the Americans in the Middle East over there.
Yeah, the thing is that the civilian Americans that are actually over there were told to leave the country just for their own safety. But then the military was how many they sent? 3,000?
3,500.
3,500 people were sent over there. So it's strange what's going on right now.
Well, I think they're just preparing maybe for any retaliation
Of course,
attack
they are
that they
preparing,
have over
but
there.
the thing is, more troops are coming in when Iraq themselves are trying to take them out of the country.
Yeah.
So,
and now Iraq wants to take the troops out of it. I'm assuming that they're gonna help. They're gonna get help from Iran, and maybe start trying to kill American soldiers. Hopefully, that's not the way they go about it. But if they want to get them out, maybe Trump pulls them out of Iraq or something like that. I don't know. I just don't want because this, to me, like, this is one of the dangerous parts. Like, they voted to take the U.S. coalition troops out. So if they want the Americans out and they don't want to go, and Trump says no, maybe they can start, fighting each other over there. And that's a pretty stupid way to start the fucking war.
Hopefully there's no war. But right now it's probably just a fight for power. You know what I mean? Like, Trump's not backing down, but the Iranian government is not backing down either. So there's a power struggle right now. What's going on?
Well, I mean,
we have to see what happens, because if we go to the worst case scenario and a war does come, what can happen?
Well, a lot of things can happen. I mean, the economy will be affected. Oil prices would go up. I mean, we'll probably be paying taxes for it for a long time. I don't know. A lot of shit could come through this. They can even attack fucking the U.S. I mean, who the fuck knows what they can come up with?
Well, we don't know what can happen, but we actually read somewhere that New York is actually on high alert right now.
Yeah,
there's police officers everywhere, and the train stations. It's crazy right now over here.
Yeah. I mean, then again, New York City is one of the hot points to fucking attack. You remember everybody remembers 9/11. So I think they're probably increasing security across the board in New York City. I think they mentioned something about the White House. I don't remember who told me. I think it was one of the guys who read that. Don't quote me on that. I'm not sure. But I heard that too. There's a lot going on with this crazy shit. With this crazy start of the year, I mean.
Yeah, we've only been 5 days in.
It's only fucking 5 days and you have a threat of war. A lot of people fucking going crazy.
Yeah, people are scared, and a lot of the people are just... It's not making fun of the possibility of war. It's just the mechanism they choose to cope with the idea that there actually may be a war. It's making memes and making fun of the situation when they don't really find it funny. It's just they don't know how else to go about it.
Yeah,
it is scary.
I think that's a good way to put it. Like, a lot of people are just going, like, taking it very lightly when it's not. I mean, that's why I haven't shared any memes about it, because I don't know. I just feel that it's not that I want to be a downer or anything, but I don't want to share something that is that fucking critical. Like, it's not a joke. Like, a lot of people will die because of that shit.
No, I understand completely. It's just my stance is that's how some people cope.
No, I understand. They try
to make it lightly. They poke fun of it, but it's mostly so they don't have any anxiety attacks, because it is.
Yeah,
it is.
There's definitely those type of people, but I think there's definitely people that don't give a fuck and they just share it because they think it's funny.
Oh yeah, they are.
There's a lot of different types of people, but most of them probably are just trying to make fun of it and just try to take it lightly. And I'm not saying it's like the worst thing in the world, but it kind of like it's very dangerous. Like, you don't know what could happen. Like, Iran has China and fucking Russia backing
on their
their side, and we have a lot of allies too. So this could escalate to be fucking World War III, and this could be the making. I mean, I think one of the I don't know which one. I know they killed the guy, and that's the way it started. World War II or World War III.
We can look it up.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean World War I or II? You said World War
I don't know which one.
Or III. I understand. The thing is, it is difficult to think about, because the only things we know about the war is, what we were taught in history class, what our grandparents told us about the war.
Yeah.
Because it's still very much alive with them.
I mean, they lifted.
They did.
But the not. I don't think the first. Like maybe the second.
What do you mean?
Because the First World War was in 1919.
No, I know, but I mean
1919 or something like that. I don't know.
I know, but still, let's say
1914 to 1918.
Okay,
First World War.
The Second World War and the Vietnam War. A lot of our grandparents went there, and they still live it. Like the PTSD they got from it actually still lives on.
Mm-hmm. And don't forget, I mean, we've lived our part of some crazy shit with the attack on 9/11 and the U.S. invasion on Iraq. I mean, this is nothing. This is not something new. The problem right now is that it could escalate to a world war.
Yeah, and that would mean not only military lives at risk, but a shit ton of civilian lives on either side.
Yeah.
A lot of lives are at risk. The thing is, let's say there is a war. You know, there's going to be chaos, first of all, and then there's going to be people volunteering to go to war, and others that are hopefully, it doesn't have to happen, but if there's not enough volunteers, there's going to be a draft.
Mm-hmm.
And for what I've read, the draft normally is from your 18th birthday until your 26th. That's normally the window. But if they need more people, they can actually extend the draft from, it was from 21 to 26, but they can actually extend it from 18 years old to 35. So it's a big window. And at least before, it was just males. I don't know if they ever do the draft again. They would only do males, or if they would be inclusive and add, women too.
Well, I mean, if we're talking unbiased here, and if it's honest, if women want equal rights, they have to go to the draft too. I don't care how that
definitely
sounds.
I completely agree. Both men and women should, if draft comes, they both should be drafted. But I mean, if the government would actually do it, or if they would only start with male because it is already written and it's been done before. That's what I'm saying.
I don't know. I have no idea what the fuck are they gonna do. I mean,
yeah, and that's only if there's not enough volunteers.
Well, we'll see. I mean, we're assuming that there's gonna whole hell breaks loose.
Oh no, yeah, that's what I said. This is hypothetical. If it happens, these are the things that may happen. We're not saying it's going to happen. I pray it never happens, because it's going to be horrible for everybody on either side, of all ages. It's going to be fucking chaos. That's no other word can say what it is.
Yeah. And keep in mind that we don't know what the fuck they have under their fucking sleeve.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we've seen a lot of crazy weapons that the United States have, like that laser from the Navy that they have that could fucking shoot photons to fucking ships and shit like that.
What?
You haven't seen that?
Nope.
I'm gonna link it in the video and show you. It's the Navy. It's a ship that they have. Well, it's a weapon that they put on a ship.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically a laser that shoots photons and fucking destroys anything that's in their path.
Oh, wow.
So that's what we've seen. So I don't know what the fuck they have.
Yeah, you don't know that they have that. We just don't know.
Yeah, they spent a lot of fucking money in military, research and shit like that. So I assume they have some crazy fucking shit. And in the video, they even says that it could be targeted to fucking stop missiles. So I hope that they have come up with fucking defense for ICBMs. Like, if they shoot a nuke over here, like from over there, I hope they have a way to stopping it. I mean, they're not going to say they have a way, but if they have...
You just hope they have it.
Yeah, because all the money they fucking spend, they should have a way to protect us from the most dangerous weapon in the world.
Hopefully.
Which is fucking nukes.
Mm-hmm.
Or the ICBMs, the Intercontinental Ballistic Missiles. That's a mouthful.
It is. It just... It's crazy all around. It's just hard to get your head wrapped out, around it. Now, I have strange question.
Shoot.
Do you believe in what's it called?
This is what I'm seeing right now. What I'm showing her is the video. This is the video that I'm gonna show you.
Yeah,
later.
you have to link that.
I'm gonna link it in the description after, so you guys can see it. But look, this is what the weapon does. Right now, it's shooting at something in the water, like a boat, and it's blowing it up. You don't see anything really. It's like
it just
happens. It just happens. It just blows up, and that's it. You don't see any lights, anything. You just see it blow. Boom. That's it. It's so weird.
Yeah, you definitely have to.
You gotta see this video. Yeah.
No, I'm seeing it. It's.
Yeah, they even shoot a drone to the air, and it catches it up midair, like, and blows it up.
Drones are used a lot.
Yeah.
Lately.
So, well, I mean, it's unmanned vehicles, so.
Yeah, it's less lives, you could say, are at risk.
Yeah, so I'm going to link this video so you guys can see it. It's from CNN, so it's a very credible source.
Yeah, it's just 1 minute 35 seconds, so it's a quick video.
It's like the demonstration of the weapon.
Okay, so back to my question. Do you believe that the U.S. is doing great by doing voluntary service, or do you believe that they should do a compulsory, mandatory service like some countries do?
No, I believe that they have to leave it to the people at first, and whoever wants to go, they go. They shouldn't like.
No. I'm not saying going to war. I mean, doing military service.
What do you mean? Like in South Korea, that you have to go to the military, like
exactly.
For sure.
Like, let's say South Korea males have from certain age. I don't remember. I think it's from 21. You have until you're 30, more or less. I don't remember the exact age, but you have that time to do 2 years of military service, which is the minimum for every male in the country. Do you believe the U.S. should do that for its residents, or do you think the U.S. is doing good but just doing voluntary military service?
I mean, that's a very difficult question to answer.
Yeah, right now it's just, what do you personally think?
Well, I think the way it is, it's fine because it's working on paper. You know, a lot of people go to the army. A lot of people, even from Puerto Rico, from where we are,
of course,
they go to the army voluntarily. So they're getting recruits. Maybe not as much as before, but they are getting. I mean, that's the end goal for them. So if you look at as a citizen's perspective, I don't want them to tell me what to do. I don't want them to tell me, okay, you have to do 2 years because it's mandatory. So fuck that. I don't want to do that.
Okay.
Know? So I'd rather not have it like that. I'd rather just, if you need somebody, like, we need somebody, like, okay, there's a war and we need people. Then, okay, you do that thing. But if you're not at war, why would you have to, serve 2 years if you don't want to?
Okay.
I don't know. It's just my opinion.
I
like my freedom.
Of course. No, I wanted to ask a question to see what your opinion was.
What do you think?
Honestly, I'm half and half. Yeah. Because I do believe if you want to go, you will enlist. You will do your time. And if you want to go to the military, it's good. If you don't, it's okay. It's your life. But at the same time, if it were compulsory to go, even if it's just 2 years, it would teach so many people discipline. It would teach them how to defend themselves. It would give them certain things that they won't look for themselves.
Yeah, but you could do that outside if you wanted to.
I know, but what I'm saying is some people on their own wouldn't do it. And let's say you have to go to the military for 2 years, you will be taught certain things, certain disciplines that you wouldn't teach yourself.
I mean, that's a good way of seeing it, but
I know.
I don't agree with that.
I know, and it's okay. Agree to disagree.
Mm-hmm.
It's
because to me, if you listen, you need discipline first. If you want to be successful, and that's something I think just recently found out. you need discipline to do something that is difficult, something that you want to do. If you want to be successful, you got to have discipline, have the desire to complete what you want to do. And the only way to get discipline is not the army. It's not the only way you could get discipline. You could go to a martial arts school. You can do it yourself.
Oh, definitely.
You know, doing different stuff. And I mean, trying to be a disciplined person by yourself. You don't need the army to tell you what to do. Like, you know what I'm saying? You just have to want it more than anybody else. You just want to have. You just need to want it more. That's it. That's all you need. Like, if you don't want it, if you don't desire what you want to do, or if you don't, I don't know. It's just my way of seeing stuff. Because a person that wants to succeed has to understand that you have to sacrifice something to get what you want to go, where you want to go.
Okay.
And I don't think the army was gonna give you the recipe for that success. And I don't think that the end goal of maybe like a low percentage of the people is to make it in the army and be a general. But I don't think that a lot of people have that goal.
I don't know. That's very personal. That's the person's choice. I'm just saying, you know, I add, you know, half and half. I think it may be beneficial for everybody.
Yeah.
Or at least those who can do it.
Yeah, I mean, it can be beneficial. I'm not saying it's not, but I don't think it's the best way to get discipline. That's my main point.
Of course, but it's not just about the discipline. It's also the self-defense, training and learning. Okay, but listen to me. Come on.
I'm listening.
The learning a lot of people wants to use weapons. Sure, there are shooting range, but you know, a way of learning different ways to defend yourself with or without a gun could also be used from the military. I do think there are certain things that we can learn from them. That's all.
Of course there are. I mean, it's the military. They train you for war. They break you in and mold you as a soldier. So they have their purpose, and you're gonna learn to be a soldier. But I don't think. First of all, I think a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu blue belt can fuck off a soldier, because they're not prepared to fight in the fucking ground like they fight. Not everybody's prepared to fight like that. It's very difficult to fight with a grappler that knows what they're doing and can choke you up with nothing when you don't know how to defend yourself. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think it's the most effective self-defense that you could have. Anyway, that's another topic. It doesn't matter. We're just getting...
Then we can segue to the jiu-jitsu, because you've been looking for a lot of information about it.
Yeah, but before we talk about that, I want to talk about this.
Is this live update?
Yeah, but this is more of the information that I found that I still haven't talked about, because this is more... I found this one, the Iran, the Iraq, everything is the same page. But this one I want to talk about because it struck me very curious. So it says Trump and Pompeo says the U.S. could attack Iran directly. So what they're saying is basically they're trying to make a statement. So what I took from this one is like they're saying, don't fuck with me because we're gonna kill you. Like they're trying to be like, you know, like
toughing it up.
Toughing it up. I think they're trying to remind people what happened to Japan when they nuked them 2 times. So it says, echoing President Trump's remarks the day before, Secretary of State Mike Pompeo warned on Sunday that the United States could attack Iran itself. The United States could attack Iran itself if leaders there took hostile actions against American interests in the aftermath of the drone. Also, they have already 52 targets that they have in Iran to fucking kill. They said
so. They're ready. The U.S. is ready.
He tweeted on Saturday that the United States has pinpointed 52 targets in Iran if it retaliated for killing, prompting Iran's foreign minister Mohammed whatever. It's
just everything the U.S. is saying. It's like poking a a beehive.
Yeah, I mean,
Or poking the bear. You know, you poke and poke and poke and say, "Oh, we're ready. If you do this, we'll do that." And they're just.
I mean, I think they're just letting them know, like, if you come after us after we did this, we're gonna come after you and we're gonna destroy you. Like it's been 5 days. I think this has been long in the making. They already have 52. For what I understood, I think it's 52 people that they have potentially they could kill.
Yeah,
or 52 targets.
They have them locked on.
But the guy says,
Who says?
Mr. Sarif, where is it that I read it? He said that something about, he thought they were going to attack cultural sites as a work. He tweeted on Saturday, the United States, blah, 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 blah. So Mohammed Javad Sarif said on Twitter that targeting cultural sites is a war crime. So he thinks it's targeting cultural sites. First of all, why would they target cultural sites? They're going to target people or nuclear facilities. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but at this point, we don't know what the White House is thinking.
I just think it's silly that a guy above over there is going to think that they're going to attack a cultural site. Why?
It's just because you don't know, mi amor.
I know. Come on. How the fuck you don't know?
Okay, listen. The thing is, to them, we are the bad guys. To us, they are the bad guys. Literally, the best example I can give you is New York City is being looked at more and more and more, and the police are everywhere because we think that they will attack New York City or technically cultural sites.
Because it has been done before.
Okay. But then they think we are capable of doing the same. So that's what they're saying.
Yeah, but if we follow the same train of thought, you're saying that they are concerned about the U.S. because of the Twin Towers incident, right? And they are concerned about cultural sites when we blow up a guy. So if we take it in the context, we are concerned about cultural sites with the reason, but they are not, because we didn't attack any cultural sites. They did. I'm talking about whoever killed, Osama bin Laden or the other guy who did that tower incident. So if they follow the same train of thought, if you follow the same logic, you say, okay, they attacked a guy and killed our top general or whatever. They're not going to go after fucking statues and bullshit like that. You got to be smart about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're going to fucking kill more generals, the prime minister or whatever, and potentially fucking nuclear facilities, because that's the goal. Like, they don't want them to have nukes.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's silly to fucking tweet that you're gonna targeting cultural sites is a war crime. Like, why would you even tweet that?
Well,
I don't think they're even thinking straight.
And in the end, in all honesty, we don't know what's going on in their heads. They might be political leaders, they might be high up on the government, but in the end, they are still people, and they're scared. Probably as scared as we are, because we don't know where this is going. Well, and we'll think it may be going to war, and nobody wants that. Especially over there where there's still people dying from, ongoing military stuff, and, they know war more than anybody else.
Yeah. But like I said, man, this is just a fucking crazy way to start the year.
Definitely.
It's not at all how I expected the 2020 year to come, because everybody was so positive about 2020, and as soon as this shit blew up, the perspective of the year changed like that. It was so quick.
Yes, I'm still trying to be positive, because
if you see
the whole year, there's a whole year left.
Yeah, if you go back to your Facebook, not your Facebook, but your timeline on Facebook and my timeline on Facebook, and you see how what people tweeted and posted before they said 2020 was going to be the greatest year of all time.
Yes.
Like, everybody was so positive about the year, and then you come with this fucking slap in the face, and now everybody's just with memes and fucking making fun of the war and all potential war. Hopefully it doesn't happen. And it's crazy to me how this 2 days just changed the perspective like so quickly on people.
It's it's literally the most negative thing you can put.
Well, yeah, it's the worst way to start a fucking year.
5 days. 5
And
days.
5
It's
days
all
of
it took.
2020, and we are already in the brink of war with a fucking country in the Middle East.
And everybody's scared. It's what happens. People are, trying to move forward, keep going, but it's still in the back of everybody's minds.
Well, yeah, I mean, everybody's scared to be blown the fuck up.
They are.
Especially here in New York. I mean, gotta get in the fucking subway. I'm shitting my pants.
It is scary living here right now.
Yeah.
Especially constantly hearing about, police are now all over the place.
Yeah, I want to see how it's tomorrow, the subway. We have a lot of people on the subway and shit.
Yeah.
Everybody's gonna be on edge. I'll tell you that right now.
Let's see what happens, and for the next podcast, you let us know what happened in the subway throughout the week.
Yeah.
So, this is my bad segue on jiu-jitsu. I really need something positive. I can't keep a gloomy note for this podcast.
It's been 35 minutes of non-stop
gloominess. So
bad
I'm
news.
very sorry, guys, but I'm trying. We will try to make it a little bit happier, chirpier, and you will talk about jiu-jitsu because let me tell you guys, he's been going on for weeks. And I'm telling you, weeks, almost a month or more.
Maybe.
I don't know, possibly. But he's been looking for so many jiu-jitsu things to the point where he made me do a show code.
Yeah, everybody knows about that.
I know, but I need to say it again. You made me do a show code on you just because you wanted to know how it felt like. And he tried one last night too. Was it last night or 2 nights ago?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you wanted to try another one because you told me, I found how you do this one.
Because I'm watching a lot of YouTube videos.
I know.
I've become a YouTube expert. That shit.
I just a YouTube expert. Damn. So, tell me about jiu-jitsu.
First of all, let me fucking give a little context.
Yes, please, because
I'm
terrible at this.
I get obsessed with stuff. I don't know why.
Yeah, if he likes something, he will look for information non-stop until he's quote-unquote expert.
Not an expert, but
no,
I don't know
until
why.
you know very well, you don't stop. And even then, you don't stop.
Yeah, I don't know why I get obsessed with this weird shit, man, all the time. It's so funny to me. But at the same time, it's good that I'm getting obsessed with this.
Yes.
Because I think it's going to be very beneficial for me, for you, and for him, for Liam.
It will.
Because it's a good way to, learn to defend yourself, to be healthy, and be disciplined. So that's why I was saying before, I don't think the best way to get discipline is in the army. Because, yeah, you can get discipline, but you spend so much time with people telling you what to do that when you don't have anyone telling you what to do, you're probably going to be lost. That's my theory.
Okay.
Because if you see a lot of the soldiers that come out of the army, or the Navy, or the Marines, or the whatever, Air Force, a lot of them don't make it, they don't stay, sorry, just kicked the microphone. They don't stay as normal citizens, a lot of them. A lot of them go homeless. They commit suicide, sadly. And a lot of them are lost. So that's where I come from with my theory and saying that when you have that amount of time, certain amount of time with people telling you what to do, and then you lose that, then you probably don't know what to do or how to react when you don't have anybody saying what you have to do or where you have to go. So anyway, I think it's a good way to defend yourself, like I said. You okay?
Sorry. Yeah, I got...
Here's some water.
Yeah, something got stuck in my throat. Sorry. Keep going.
I'm just looking at you. Cause
I know, but forget me. Keep going.
Okay, so, anyway, I get obsessed with a lot of this shit. It has happened to me before. It happened to me with with whiskey. What else have you gotten very obsessed with?
Okay, well, you got very obsessed with what's the video game? The one you played a lot. Smite. So he got obsessed with a game named Smite. The thing is, it wasn't as much about the game as about the characters, because that game is about mythological creatures. So he got so obsessed.
Mythological, like Greek mythology.
Okay, mythology.
And all that stuff.
Yes. Okay, mythology. So you got so obsessed with mythology in general, because that game has Greek, Roman, Hindu.
This is so embarrassing.
So many different myths that he ended up going on Google and on YouTube and looking all the information he could find about all of these characters, all of these all of this. What are you looking like that?
Because I'm embarrassed. Dude.
It's not embarrassing.
I'm a silly person.
No, it's actually very, very cool. You even bought me a Greek mythology book, which I love, and I'm obsessed with Greek mythology. So seeing you get so obsessed with that game because of the mythology it had, it was amazing. And that's another thing he got obsessed with. It was okay, and you also got obsessed with beer.
Yeah.
Different types of beer. So it was whiskey, if it was single malts, or I don't know what else.
I don't want to get into it. But,
so if he gets obsessed with something that he likes, it will take a lot of his time, because he will try to find all of the information he can so he can give, I don't know, so he can have that information locked down. It's not useless.
It's useless information.
No, because it's important to you. If it's
not.
whiskey, if it's beer, at least you have all the information to know what you're going to like, even without drinking it yet. Because you won't drink IPA beer because you know you don't like it.
I don't like the hops.
Exactly. And you knew that by looking at information and then drinking some IPA beer, and now you know.
Yeah.
And also it happens that I can talk to you about Greek mythological, Greek mythology and other things, and you will know what the fuck I'm talking about. And sometimes you even help me.
Yeah.
Whiskey, I have nothing to say because I don't drink whiskey. I don't like it.
I want to say something when she says I got obsessed with whiskey and beer. It's not that I got drunk.
No, sorry. He just loved looking information about it, like knowing the difference between single malt and what's the other thing?
Well, there's 5 types of whiskey.
Okay, there you go. He knows that stuff. He knows the information. I don't know that. Honestly, I couldn't care less about whiskey because I don't like whiskey. But he likes whiskey, and he even has a list of different types of whiskey he would like to try sometime in his life. Just to see if they're actually good.
This is so fucking embarrassing.
It's not embarrassing. It's cute.
God damn, woman.
No, don't
the
cut
fuck?
it. Just it's it's good. It's lively. It's happy. And the beers. Okay, so it's not that he gets drunk or anything, but we go to the supermarket, and the supermarket actually has an option of buying a 6-pack with different types of beer. So he buys, when he wants to try a different beer, he just buys one of all of the beers he wants to try and makes that 6-pack. And sometimes the beers are so bad, we throw it out. If it's extremely
I think I've
bad.
thrown
It's
out
only
maybe like 2 or 3.
Yeah, I think twice only happened. But then if we buy a beer, we try a beer of those and we liked it, then we know for the future we're going to buy a whole 6-pack and we won't be losing money because we won't be trying blind a beer that in the end we won't like.
Yeah, and keep in mind, the supermarket has a lot of it's
way too many.
Like a full aisle of different types of beer.
Yeah, you can easily spend more than 10 minutes just looking at the beers.
Yeah.
That's how I've tried so many different beers that now I like. Because I was so basic. I kept it with Medalla, Corona, and Coors Light. I only kept it at that because I was so scared of trying new beers, and now I try a whole bunch of beers.
Yeah, and now when you go back to those, it's goat piss.
Yeah, I hate it.
It's so bad. I drank at my mother's house. I think it was like a couple of weekends ago. I tried a bush
Yeah.
light. Oh my, that's like water. What's so bad, dude?
Honestly, I tried it. It's not that it's bad. It's just it doesn't taste like anything.
It doesn't taste at all and nothing. It's just like water.
I do prefer that beer to one of the ones we threw away because those were horrible.
I'd rather just drink a bad beer that has some taste on it than something that doesn't have any taste. Like you put it in your mouth and you don't feel anything. It's so weird.
It is.
And it's so weird once you try a different beer with actual flavor in it, and then you go back to one of those big brands, you're gonna tell the difference. Yeah, it's gonna you're gonna tell the difference. It's not that I want to be a beer elitist or whatever.
Beer what?
I mean, I don't want to be the fucking beer guy. Like, oh, this guy's
the beer police.
Yeah, I don't want to be like, okay, this guy's a fucking douchebag. He only drinks cool beer or whatever. I can drink anything, but once you try something
that tastes really good,
yeah, that has flavor in it, and then you go back to fucking Coors or fucking Heineken or some shit like that, it's not the same. It's never gonna be the same. It's a big fucking difference.
Yes, it is. The thing. Oh my god, I lost my train of thought. You're making me laugh.
You're making me embarrassed, dude.
No, I'm not making you embarrassed.
Yeah.
I'm just sharing a cute story.
It's not a cute story. It's embarrassing as fuck, dude.
Why? Because you like something to the point that you look all the information you can about it.
No, because I think I have an obsessive personality. I think I get obsessed with a lot of the stuff that I like. I get so fucking obsessed about it that I need to fucking like.
You just like to know all the information. It's like when you built your own computer. Oh my god, that was so horrible.
Why?
You spent hours upon hours reviewing, okay, this monitor is better for me. This keyboard is the best within my budget that I like. And without talking about the CPU and stuff, you took time to see.
It's good that you remember the parts.
Yeah. The thing is, you look for so much information to see if the things were compatible, if it gave you enough, if it could run the computer fast enough. And it was so much. I learned from that I can never build my own computer because I suck at that.
No, building a computer is easy. It's not difficult.
It's not. And it's not just the actual building of the computer, but looking for the parts, making sure you find everything that's compatible and it works for you. I have to look for parts that are compatible, because when I started building my first computer, I bought a lot of shit that I didn't know it wasn't, because they never tell you that stuff is not compatible with different stuff. You got to look for it yourself. So when I bought my shit without knowing anything, my computer never turned on, and I had to fucking return all this stuff. Not all the stuff, but a lot of stuff. See, so this is where you're obsessing over something you like comes in handy, because you learned from that. You found a shit ton of information to the point where you can find and build your own computer easily.
Well, to be honest, I had help from the guys, so.
Mi amor, it's okay to have help. You know, when you don't know, and you look for information, you go to people that know their stuff, and you build your computer.
Yeah.
It's not embarrassing. It's
well, not the computer one, but the computer one is embarrassing.
I'm sorry for laughing.
You suck, dude.
I love you too.
We need to cut this shit right now.
Well, even if we cut it now, at least it's a good way of doing it. It's a
good
happy way.
It's for sure at my expense. Fucking good way to end the podcast. Fuck that.
Okay, next time we'll do it at my expense if
I'll
you can find anything.
sacrifice myself for fucking World War III. Fuck you guys. Oh god.
But see, this was something nice for them to know about you.
I guess.
See, be positive.
Well,
positivity.
It's embarrassing to be obsessed about some shit like that. I don't know.
Oh please, at least it's not anything bad. It's actually things that are good for you, things that you know, you like.
It's a good thing that I don't get obsessed with drugs and shit like that, because I would be fucking crazy.
Oh no.
I would be fucking a homeless guy.
No, the thing is, and it's not even that you're obsessed. It's just you like having all the information on hand.
Well, yeah, I mean, I
take it that way, and you won't be embarrassed.
I'm not really that embarrassed about a lot of stuff that I get obsessed with, just about the stupid stuff.
What's stupid? Beer? Knowing beer?
But not. I mean,
see,
that's useful. Let's say that's useful information.
There you go. Then what is embarrassing? Greek mythology?
No,
you're saying
mostly
that
the jujitsu shit is embarrassing.
That's
for me.
not embarrassing.
It is.
It's not, because then you're going to segue to MMA and kickboxing and
well, I watch a lot of.
shit.
I'm getting kind of obsessed right now with the UFC.
And that can motivate you. See?
To kick people's asses. What?
No. Seeing jiu-jitsu and kickboxing and all that shit can actually motivate you to start doing it. No, stop saying kick people's asses. No, it's doing it. Actually trying it out, because I know you want to do it. You want to try jiu-jitsu for yourself.
Well, I'm gonna do it. We're all gonna
definitely.
do it.
We are all gonna do it. But I'm saying, you want to find a motivation to work out. This is it.
Yeah, I don't like the gym.
There you go. So you don't need to be embarrassed, because it's not embarrassing. It's actually motivating you to actually work out the way that works for you. Because I'm gonna be honest, the gym doesn't work for me. I get bored. Yeah. I don't like it. The last time I went to the gym, I lasted, honestly, I think 2 months.
I didn't even get to 1 month.
No, I think I lasted 2 months, but I wasn't good at all. I think I went once a week.
Yeah, I don't know why.
So I was shit.
I don't know why, but in the future, if we got time, I wish. Well, I'm gonna try to get into the gym. Like, even if I don't like it, try to push through it, because I think it's necessary for you. But it's so fucking annoying to go and have like 25 people over there, and like, it's not about the people. It's just like,
it's people are uncomfortable. I get uncomfortable in the gym with people around me.
Well, and to me, it's like, you know what? I don't know. I try to avoid people all the time.
You just don't like it.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm a little antisocial sometimes.
Sure. You're just very selective, because you're one of the most extroverted people I know.
I guess a little bit.
No, a little bit. Not a little bit, but you're way too extroverted. Way too extroverted.
Well, yeah, I'll say anything that's in my mind at the moment.
Yeah, and on the other hand, I'm extremely introverted. Talking to a person I don't know takes a lot out of me.
Yeah.
So, there you go.
Extro versus intro.
Yes.
Bitch versus bitch.
At least we ended up marrying each other.
Yeah. This shit was not that fun at the first starting, but now
it's more us.
Yeah, because the first 30 minutes was fucking nonstop and I hate fucking news. That's the thing. I don't watch the news. I'd rather read them. And I don't like to read.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Oh my god, fucking gloomy shit and fucking being sad.
That's why even if after the first 35 minutes it's been a mess hopping from place to place. We talked a lot of shit after that.
I don't care, man.
But no, let me finish.
I want to say something. Stop. So Brian told me that we should rename the podcast Fruit Salad.
Fruit salad? What?
Yeah, shout out to fucking Boy. Fuck you, Goldo.
Fruit salad?
Yeah.
Why? Because we're all over the place?
Yeah. Because we're all over the place and we're crazy.
We ramble a lot.
We talk about different shit that doesn't have to do with one shit, and like all shits across the place. All types of different shits.
It's weird as it may sound. This is how our normal conversations go.
Yeah.
1 minute we're all serious, and the next we're talking about puppy videos.
Yeah. So listen, Brian Fruity Fruit. Fuck you. It's gonna stay the same, bitch.
Oh God.
He's gonna text me when he listens to it. He's gonna say,
Probably.
"Motherfucker, what the fuck are you talking about?"
Oh God. This was good.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to end the episode. It's about 54 minutes of half an hour of bullshit.
Yeah,
And
at least this last 30, 20 minutes is going to be good for you guys.
So.
I hope you like the rambling. I
Yeah.
really hope you do, because this is most of our episodes, rambling.
Yeah. And now it's a good thing that I'm getting obsessed with doing the podcast. So
There you go.
prepare to be amazed, motherfuckers.
Wait, we can't end now.
Why?
Remember what you told me? I really think you should say it here.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Okay, let me. You never let me finish. What the fuck is this? Okay. What you told me that you have to do things even if you don't want to do them or like to do them. Do you remember?
Mm-hmm.
Can you explain that?
Well, you want to talk about it right now?
We can talk about it the next episode, maybe.
I think that's a good way to let these motherfuckers hold on for a bit so they can tune on to the next one.
Yes.
Bitches.
This is good for next episode.
Yeah.
And it's very introspective.
Introspective for me.
I wasn't even going to try to say the word because I can't. This is something good you learned. And, well, we're not going to say it now because I think we're going to extend that for a few minutes. So,
yeah, we'll talk about it next episode. So, motherfuckers who wants to listen, go to the next episode. Click episode 14 to find out what the fuck we're talking about.
Yes.
And I think that's it.
That's it for today.
Take it easy, bitches. See ya.